Getting used to all the technology again. Okay, so either finding yourself in, as I say, Sukhasana with or easy cross leg. Actually, it doesn't matter which leg's in front. We're going to switch sides. If you want to take double pigeon, you're going to cross that front leg on top of the other knee, and then try and flex your feet. But see how it feels. This knee of mine's quite high up, but it feels okay in my hips because it is later here than it is for you. So probably you might not feel that this is so good for you right now, but if it is, go ahead and take it. And then just reach your arms out wide. And then bring the same leg that's in front, bring that arm underneath and cross the other arm. So the leg that's in front, the arm's going to go underneath that same arm. So if left leg's in front, left arm underneath, right arm on top. Take eagle. And then just let your eyes close down. So finding yourself in a position which might be a little bit challenging first thing, especially if you're in this double pigeon. And just checking in, noticing how you feel this morning. That feels to be doing yoga again together. Feels good to me. Noticing your body. Scanning through the body from head to toe, front to back and side to side. Noticing your breath. Really finding this presence. So all we need to do for the next 60 minutes is to be here now. Just taking a few more breaths in this position. Deepening the breath, breathing in and out through the nostrils, sending the breath to the belly. Inflating the lungs fully every time you breathe in and emptying them completely every time you breathe out. Just take one more breath, breathe in and breathe out. And you can keep your eyes closed as we transition to the other side if you like. Or you can open them, your choice. Undo your arms, just reach them out wide, open them up, give yourself a bit of space in the chest. And then lean back on your hands and change the crossing of your legs. So you've got the other leg on top. And then you're going to reach your arms out wide, and again that leg that's on top, that same arm, so right leg for me, so right arm goes underneath, left arm on top, cross the arms and find that eagle pose. So again, just sitting in this silence for the first few moments to center yourself to the practice and then center yourself to the day ahead. So part of rituals is the ability to set an intention. So whether that's when you're having your morning swim, or perhaps you're doing some yoga or taking a meditation or writing a journal, you're setting the intention for the coming day, maybe the coming week. So name that intention to yourself now. What is it that you want to achieve by the end of the day? Or how do you want to feel by the end of the day? And staying with that breath in and out through the nostrils, breathing in, being here, and breathing out. Taking that Ujjayi breath if you like, lightly constricting your throat. So that breath is a little bit more conscious, building a little bit more internal heat. One more breath in and out. Lovely, then releasing the arms again, reaching them out, just opening up into those cactus arms. Opening your eyes if they're still closed. And then crossing your ankles and reaching forwards and coming into tabletop. Hello, Ali. Can't see you, Ali, but I think you're there. So let's just find yourself in tabletop. And we're going to do a few cat and cows, but to do this I want you to ease into your wrists a little bit. So keep the right fingertips facing forwards, and then the left hand, if you can, point the fingers back towards your left knee. If it's too much on your wrist, point it directly backwards. Just have it slightly out to the side, that's fine as well. And then let's take 3 cat and cows like this. So breathe in, bring the tailbone up, let the heart sink down, look up, and breathe out round the back. So taking that Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out. This is what's happening now, be here now, that's exactly our theme. Exhale as you round. Good. One more time, breathing in. And exhale, round and round. Lovely. Come back to the middle and just simply shake off that left hand. Put the left hand down and change over to the right. So bringing those right fingertips to point backwards, maybe pointing out to the side slightly. And let's take 3 cat and cows again. So inhale, looking up in your cow position, and exhaling as you round the back. Press the ground away, find that space in the front of the wrist. 2 more, breathing in and out, movement and breath. And exhale. Lovely, really connecting to the breath. Last one, breathing in. And exhale. Lovely, come back to that neutral spine again. Shake off the wrist. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders in tabletop. Tuck your knees, your toes underneath, and then just hover your knees. Start to press the ground away and just feel a little bit of connection to your core. Just waking up here, pressing the ground away so that you protract, you round a little bit through the upper back. Your shoulder blades are spreading apart. Finding that sense of pressing down but lifting up with control in the belly. One more breath, looking between your hands. And then exhale, start to reach the hips up to the ceiling. And then come into a down dog. Maybe bending one knee, bending the other, walking your dog. Finding that bit of movement in the back of the hamstrings. So talking about rituals, we're going to move through sun salutations. That's a really nice way to have a daily start. A bit of a ritual to bring you to the present moment. Something I often do just if I just have a limited amount of time, I want to just get moving and breathing. When you're ready, come to stillness. Press the heels back towards the floor, ground through the fingertips, and feel that gentle lift as you reach the hips up. Low belly is hugging in. The thighs are strongly pressing back. Staying with that breath, inhaling. And exhale. Lovely, still warming up. So reach the right leg up to the sky. And then look between your hands. Do your best to step that right foot forwards between your hands and put your left knee down. Coming all the way up into low lunge and Janasana. I'll turn so you can see me, and then hold onto that left wrist with your right hand, lengthen up here, and exhale, just take a nice side body stretch. Just reaching into the left side ribs, maybe lengthening the tailbone down a little bit more so that you feel a bit more energy through the left hip flexor. Lovely. And then come back to center, bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee, and take a little twist to look behind you towards the right hand. If you're wobbling a little bit, just notice it. Everything about being in the present moment, just noticing all these little things going on. Lovely. And then come back round to center. Hands come down either side of your front foot. Breathe in and come back, straightening the front knee, flexing the toes up. And breathe out, move forwards. Don't forget, you can always bring your blocks to bring the ground up to you. Inhaling as you come back. And exhale as you come forwards. One more time, inhale back, and exhale forwards. Good. And then bring your left hand down, heel toe that right foot to the right side, hand comes to the inside of that right thigh, and just take a little bit of more of an opening, so you might come onto the outside edge of that right foot, and twist and look behind you. Just getting a bit more into the hip space there. Not too long here, because we've moved into the hips this morning already. Inhaling. And breathe out. Come back to center. Plant both your hands down and step back to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. From here, inhale, come forwards to a plank. And then let's lower all the way down to the ground. You can bring your knees down if you like. Elbows hug in, lower down to the belly. Good job. Bring your arms behind you and interlace them. Bring the feet to touch. And then start to breathe in as you lengthen the heart away from the floor, the feet away from the floor. Maybe the knees come up a little bit. Gaze is just ahead of you. Stay with this breath. Inhaling. Finding really nice Shalabhasana. Lovely, everyone. Exhale, lower down. Hands come under shoulders. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Good. And then lift the left leg up to the sky. Breath in here. Exhaling, step the left foot forwards if you can. Bring that right knee down and reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Low lunge. Lovely. Holding on to that right wrist now with your left hand, lengthen up. And then exhale, take that nice side body stretch over towards the left. So you're feeling this opening in the right side. All the ribs create, finding more space between the ribs, intercostal muscles. And then come back to center. Lovely. Bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee, and that left arm comes to reach behind you towards the right foot. Look towards the fingertips if you can. Just find a gentle twist. Breathing in. Gorgeous. And then breathe out. Bring both hands down either side of the front foot or onto blocks. Let's move through that hip again. So inhaling, straightening the left knee, toes point up. And exhale, come forwards. So move with breath and breathe with your movements. Inhale, come back. And exhale, come forwards. Lovely. Inhale back for this last time here. And exhale, come forwards. And then you bring your right hand sort of just in front of your left foot, ahead of it. Heel toe that left foot to the left. And maybe come onto the outside edge of the left foot, holding onto the inside of the thigh with your left hand. And have a little bit of a hip opening, maybe a bit of a twist if you look behind you. Staying with that breath, with that intention on being present and being here. Inhaling. And exhale. Lovely. Then come back to center, heel toe that foot back in. Plant your hands, tuck your toes, and find downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Stillness in your down dog if you can. Just find that length again, find equal weight distribution. Just take one more vinyasa. Inhale, come forwards to a plank. And exhale, this time you can chaturanga halfway, or you can come all the way down again if you like, knees, and then down with your upper body. Inhaling, this time either a cobra or an upward facing dog. See what your body is ready for today. And exhale back down to downward facing dog. So everything's just an option. And remember, you can always take rest in child's pose if ever you need to. Next breath in, look forwards and journey your feet until they're behind your hands, coming to that forward fold, Uttanasana. Lovely. Just hang here in your Uttanasana to start with, a nice forward fold. Maybe your knees are slightly bent, perhaps you're holding onto opposite elbows and swaying left and right. Just find a bit more length in the sides of the waist. Gaze between the knees, behind you, so drishti gaze is always softly focused. Not wandering about, just softly focused. Lovely, and release the hands. Come up to a halfway lift, just to straighten the back body again, reminder of what we're doing. And exhale, fold. And then press through the feet, round up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Come all the way up to standing. And roll the shoulder blades back and down. Find yourself in mountain pose. Good. From mountain pose, we're still warming up a little bit. So just take a little gentle bend in the knees and just start to let your arms come around you so that they're sort of flopping easily to hit the sides of your waist or touch the sides of your ribs. Maybe your knees are able to bend up and down. And then start to breathe with this movement. So inhaling one side, exhaling the other. You might want to go a bit faster, breathing in and out, using that ujjayi breath, or even a little bit of, sort of a bit like Kapalabhati breathing, where you're breathing in. And out. So really let your arms just take you there, maybe your eyes are closed. You can go as big as you want, really feeling a little bit of freedom here, freedom of movement in your shoulders, slow or as fast as you want to go, waking yourself up, moving the energy a little bit around in your upper body, just a few more times. This feels really nice just to get the energy buzzing in my body, I think. So a few more times like this, 5, 4, keep breathing, 3, 2, well done, 1, and come to standing. Maybe your eyes are closed, just feel that buzz of energy through your body, up and down your spine, maybe a bit of a tingle. Remember that intention that you set yourself for the day. How is it you want to feel by the end of the day? And let's start to move. All right, so coming to the top of your mat if you're not there already. We're going to start with some sun salutations. So just half sun salutations to start with, then we'll move through some sun A's and some sun B's before our flow, and then come back down. All right, welcome everyone. So here we go. Breathe in, reach the arms all the way up. Look up if you like, and exhale, arms come out to the side, fold forwards, Uttanasana. So just a half sun salutation, movement and breath. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Ground to the feet. Breathe in, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Look up and stretch up. And exhale, fold forwards. Moving through to traditional sun A now. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant your hands. First time, step back into plank. Good. Breathe in your plank, just this first time. And exhale, knees down and lower all the way down to the ground. So just for the first round. Hug the elbows in or back, shoulder blades towards each other. Heart draws through, back bend, cobra. And exhale, lower down, downward facing dog. Lovely. We're not going to pause in down dog, moving straight on. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, your journey there. Step or hop if you like. Breathing in, halfway lift, lengthen and strengthen back body. Breathing out to fold. Ground through the feet, reach the arms all the way out, up and above, look up and stretch up. And exhale, let's go straight back down again. Folding all the way, full exhale to take you down. Breathe in, full inhale to bring you up halfway. And then exhale, hands down, step or hop back, going through that chaturanga or your vinyasa of choice. So you might bring your knees, chest, chin, or even knees and upper body. Inhale to your back bend, up dog, cobra, maybe locust. And exhale, down dog. Let the movement be guided by your breath. Breathe in, look forwards. And breathe out, journey there. Maybe a little hop if you like. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Press through the feet, reach the arms all the way up, look up and stretch up, maybe a gentle back bend standing. Exhale, come back through center, all the way down to the mat again. Good job. Breathe in, halfway lift, looking strong everyone. Exhale, hands come down, step or hop back if you like, go through that vinyasa, maybe all the way to the mat. Hug the elbows in, protect the shoulders every time, inhaling to your back bend. Exhale. exhale, downward facing dog. Lovely, breathe in, look forwards to the top of the mat. And breathe out, journey there. Step or hop your way. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen and strengthen back body. Exhale, fold. Press through the feet, the arms reach all the way out, up and above. Look up and stretch up. Standing back bend, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, come back through center. One more time, fold forwards, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, straighten the back body. And then exhale, hands down, step back. That full exhale takes you down to the ground or halfway. Breathing in, coming to that back bend. Full inhale to bring you up. And then breathing out, takes you back down to downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. And breathe out, journey there. Step or hop. Good job. Inhale, halfway lift. And breathe out, fold. Press through the feet, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Look up and stretch up, little standing back bend. And this time, hands to your heart, Samastiti. Good, Surya B. So reach down, bending the knees, maybe graze the floor with your fingertips, lift the arms up. Utkatasana, fierce pose. Breathe in. And then breathe out, fold forward, so Uttanasana. Inhaling, halfway lift. And exhaling, going through that vinyasa, all the way to a downward dog. If it's too much to do every vinyasa with this Surya B, you can always skip it and meet us in down dog. That's cool too. It's really good. Good. From down dog, right leg rises. Inhale. Breathe out. Step the right foot forwards. Come on to the sole of the left foot. Reach up. Virabhadrasana 1. So you all know your warrior ones. I don't need to give too many alignment cues. Looking good. Exhale, both hands down. Step back to a plank, going through that vinyasa. So your way can be different every time. Your back bend might be a cobra one time, and an up dog the next, or a locust. Left leg rises, inhale. And exhale, step that left foot forwards. Right foot comes down into Virabhadrasana 1. Reach the arms up. Palms can be together if you like, really strengthening and reaching up. And exhale, both hands down. One more vinyasa. Come through either chaturanga. Hug the elbows in, or knees, chest, chin, or knees and upper body. Modified chaturanga. Exhaling back to down dog. You're really looking strong. 2 breaths here in down dog, not the traditional 5. Breathe in for 1. And breathe out. Inhale for 2. And breathe out. Next breath in, look forward. And as you exhale, it's your journey to the top of the mat. Lovely, Lou. Inhale, halfway lift. And fold as you exhale. Bend the knees, find that chair pose again, or fierce pose, Utkatasana. Reaching the arms up, sitting the hips back. And then straighten the knees, come all the way up, maybe a little standing back bend. And hands to your heart. Let's do that 2 more times. Sit down into your chair pose, strong chair. Feet can be together, remember, or apart, your choice. Exhale, straighten the knees, fold forwards, Uttanasana. Breathing in, halfway lift. And exhale. Go through your vinyasa, maybe stepping back, taking knees down, going a little bit more easy on 1. Inhaling, come to that back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Breathe out, step the right foot forwards, left foot back, and reach the arms up into warrior 1. Good. Exhale, both hands down. Go through that vinyasa again. Remember, you can skip it at any time. Make sure your wrists are feeling okay, your shoulders are feeling okay. Exhale, down dog. Lovely. Left leg rises, inhale. And breathe out, left leg forwards. Put the right foot down, come into warrior one. Reach the arms up, strong warriors. Gorgeous everyone. Exhale, both hands down. Move through that vinyasa. Inhaling to your back bend. Movement and breath is a really good ritual to have. Pausing for 2 breaths in this Adho Mukha Svanasana. Remembering in these times of stillness, you get an opportunity to renew your commitment to staying with the moment. So find your breath and stay present with your breath and with your body. Inhale, look to the top of the mat, and exhale, journey there. Breathe in, halfway lift, and fold as you breathe out. Bend the knees, find that fierce pose again. Reach the arms up, firm through the inner thighs, pelvic floor muscles drawing up. Lovely, and then straighten the knees, come all the way up to standing. Maybe a little standing back bend. And exhale, hands to your heart. Last surya. Bend the knees, arms reach down and then up. Find that chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forwards, Uttanasana. Breathe in, halfway lift. And then breathe out, go through that vinyasa, step or hop back if you like. Yogi's choice, lovely Julie. Inhale, come to that back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right away, right leg rises. Exhale, right foot forwards, left foot down. Arms up, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale here. Exhale, both hands down. Go through that vinyasa or skip it. Remember, you can always skip it. Listen to your body. Be in the present. Find your way to down dog. Left leg up, inhaling. Exhale, step the left foot through, the right foot grounds, and reach the arms all the way up. Hands can touch if you like again. And then both hands down. Final vinyasa this time. Coming down. Moving through your way, staying present. If your mind's wandering, just bring it back to your breath. Bring it back to being here. 2 breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. Remembering this is what's happening now. Inhale and exhale. Next breath in, look forwards. And as you breathe out, your journey to the front. Lovely. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Sit the hips back down. Find that chair pose again. Breathe in here, firm through the inner thighs. Lovely, Vicky. And then straighten the knees. Come all the way up, maybe a standing back bend. And exhale, hands to your heart. Just pause and feel for a moment. In your Tadasana, hands can be by your side. Just notice the heart beating, the breath moving. Slow the breath down. Get in touch with the breath. Be present. We're going to move through a flow a couple of times. Quite a simple flow, nothing too crazy. Everything's an option, remember. Breathing in and breathing out. If your eyes are closed, just opening them, bringing your hands just onto your hips and lifting that left knee up so it's in a tabletop position, maybe flointing the toes, which is halfway between flexing and pointing, finding a center of balance here. And then slowly guiding that foot back, finding yourself in warrior 3 with your hands still on your hips. And then you can reach your arms back and interlace them if you have that space in your shoulders to do so. If balance is tricky, don't forget you can always use a block to hold on to. We're just moving a bit slower for this first round. Bend into that right knee and come into a leaning lunge with your hands clasped behind still. So you should be leaning forwards with the crown of the head reaching forwards, pressing back strongly with that left heel. Really finding the energy in your leg, the thigh, the back leg. Pressing down into the big toe mound of the front foot. Finding that breath and lifting the belly just gently away from the thigh. Lovely. See if you can lift the hands a little bit further away from your nose spine, opening up through the collarbones. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Release both hands onto the mat, either side of that front foot. And then slowly walk the hands around to the inside of that right foot and start to come to the side of the mat. Bring the heels in, the toes out, and sit yourself down into a goddess squat, bringing your hands to the insides of your thighs. Don't worry if your back is facing me. I'll give you instructions so you can hopefully follow, Vicky. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, try and bring that right shoulder down towards the left foot, so you're taking this a little bit of a twist. Inhale, come back to center, and then take the other direction. Breathe in, come back to center, one more time each side. Exhale. Inhale, back to the center, and exhale over to the other side. Lovely, everyone. Come back to the center, sit down 1 more centimeter, and then lift up through the waist. Bring your arms to cactus. Good. In cactus, open the elbows really wide. Let's do 3 cat and cows here. So inhale, open up, maybe find spaciousness in the front body. And exhale, round a little bit, bring the elbows towards each other, look downwards. Inhale, maybe your gaze goes up as you come to that cow position. And exhale, round and round and round. Good, 1 more time, don't lose the bend in the knees. Inhale, open up, well done. Exhale, round. Good, come back to center. Just pause and breathe for 3, 2, can you sit down 1 more centimeter? 1, and then straighten the knees. Well done. Parallel the feet so that they're lined up parallel to each other. Hands on your waist, roll the shoulder blades back. And then let's lean forwards into this forward fold. Reach with the chin, hinge from the hips, nice straight back, come all the way. Until you can't come down anymore, relax your neck. Just take a moment to notice how this feels to be upside down. Are you pressing into both feet equally? Can you be here? Let's take a little bit of a twist. So just walk your hands towards your left foot at the back and bring your hand either onto your ankle or the calf muscle, and then reach your left arm up, your right hand's holding onto the left ankle or calf. Inhale. And breathe out, come back to center. Walk your hands to the front leg and do the same on the other side. Just taking a nice twist, lengthening up through those fingertips as though you want to touch the ceiling, but you want to get a nice twist also. And then come back to center. Lovely, breathe in halfway, look forwards. Breathe out, hands on the hips. Lightly hug in that navel and come all the way up to standing. And then turn your right toes to face the front of the mat again. Sit down into a strong warrior 2. So you might want to widen your stance. Try your best to get this real nice sort of front thigh so that the knee and the hips in one line if possible. Good. Reach the arms strongly. Press into the outer edge of the back foot and lightly lengthen the tailbone down. Really feel all parts of your legs engaged. All parts of your arms engaged, really so that you could, firm up through those tricep muscles. Breathing in, looking down, drishti, the front hand, breathing out. So just slowly on this first round. Inhale, straighten the front knee. Let's find triangle pose, so you might want to shorten the gap between front and back foot. And exhale, you know the way. Reach that right hand forwards. Right hand comes down wherever it is. Left arm reaches up. So the lines of energy between your top fingertips reaching up, your bottom fingertips stretching down. The front foot pressing down, finding ground. Back foot finding the earth. Lengthening both sides of the neck equally. And staying steady and smooth in your breath. Gorgeous triangles. Wish I could see you, Lisa. Inhale, come back to center. And then bend into that front knee, finding Parsvakonasana, side angle. So you can either take an extended side angle with the right fingertips towards the floor and the left arm up and over that bicep near the ear, or you can take a bind if you want to, half or full. Do what your body feels that it might need today. Really be present. Whatever option you're taking, just be here, fully here, with your breath. Noticing the sensations. It might be different from yesterday, that's fine. Good, if you've got the bind, just gently release it now. And turn and pivot on your back foot, bring both hands down and step back into a three-legged down dog. Reach that right leg up. Inhale here, and exhale, come forwards to a three-legged plank. And then option to do a three-legged chaturanga if you like, or you can bring both feet down, doing our vinyasa, now bringing both feet down, coming to up dog, or cobra. Yeah, downward facing dog. Lovely. Reach that left leg out for me again, still on this same side. As you breathe out, step the left foot forwards and come all the way up into a high crescent lunge. Reach the arms up here. Lengthen the tailbone down so you feel that sort of real energy and stretch through the right hip flexor at the same time, and hug the low ribs in towards each other, getting that engagement in the core. Good, then bring your left hand towards that left hip crease. Just keep working that left hip crease back as you bring that right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Good, keep that left hip working backwards as you bring both palms together. Press down into the palms and get a lift. This sort of alignment just really helps sort of when you're doing twists. Good, press down further. See if you can really strengthen through the back leg as well, gauging through that quad. Maybe lift up a little bit higher, maybe look towards the ceiling. Breathing in. Lovely. And breathing out. Release both hands, either onto blocks if you like, or onto the mat. And step the back foot in about a third of the way, like a warrior 1 foot stance. And then straighten that front knee. So we're in Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Notice if that left hip is out to the side, point it backwards towards your right foot so that your left hip's going back, your right hip's coming forwards. And then lengthen forwards as much as you can. You can always have that gentle bend in the front knee if you need to. Try and have equal weight in your front and back foot. Just relax your neck. Maybe your knee is towards your shin, maybe it's not. Doesn't matter. Just notice, be here. This is exactly what's happening now. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. From here, bring both hands so that they're ahead of that left foot, and then just lift the right leg up to the sky. So you're in a standing splits. Option here, only if you want to take a few hops onto this left leg. Otherwise, stay in this standing splits. If you want to take a few hops, or even if you just want to find a bit of balance, come onto the ball of that left foot, lifting the heel up. And then you're not even going to try and lift the left leg up too high. You're just going to reach back with the right leg. So bend the left knee and just spring off. Maybe get a few little bits of air. It doesn't really matter how far you get. Just take a few with your own breath. Well done. Looking good. One more. If you're with me in standing splits, stay here. And when you're ready, step back into your plank. Go through a vinyasa or skip it. Meet me in downward facing dog. Lovely. Breathe in. Oh, and breathe out. Downward facing dog. Gorgeous. Breathe in, look forwards. And exhale, journey to the top of the mat. So step or hop, your choice. Inhale, halfway lift. And breathe out to fold. Round through the feet, reach the arms all the way up. Look up and stretch up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Other side, ready? Okay, I'm going to turn in the other direction. So hands onto your hips. And then just lift that right leg up. Maybe floating the toes. So having a different angle with your foot sometimes, just changing the neural pathways in our brain. And then slowly transition to that warrior three. So the right leg comes back behind you. In your warrior three, think about squaring both the hip points towards the floor equally. And then reach your hands behind you again, interlace them if you can. If you can't, don't worry, it doesn't matter. And if you need blocks for support or the ground, that's fine too. Or even hands at your heart or on that standing thigh. Good. If you're with me with your arms behind you, stay with your arms like this. And then slowly bend that left knee. And everybody join me, bring that right leg back. Come into a leaning lunge. So it's like a crescent lunge, but you're leaning. If your hands are on your thigh, bring them around behind you and interlace them now. Good. As much as you're reaching forwards with the crown of the head, you're pressing back with the heel. You're finding energy in that quadricep muscle. One more breath in. Lovely. Everyone, exhale, release your hands down either side of the front foot and turn and pivot towards the center of the mat. Coming into that goddess stance again, heels in, toes out, hands to the inside of your thighs. Good, just doing this movement again, bending with the shoulders, finding a little bit of a twist. Exhale as you reach the right shoulder towards the left knee. Inhale, come back up. Exhale the other way. One side might feel different. Take it the other side again, exhaling as you come down, inhaling as you come up. Exhale as you come down. So it's as much as moving from the shoulders and come back to center. Start to straighten up through the spine, keep your legs as they are and reach the arms out wide. Good, so like cactus arms, 3 cat and cows. Inhale, elbows open wide. And exhale, bring the elbows towards each other. Sit 1 more inch down. Inhale, elbows out wide. Exhale, elbows together. 1 more. Inhale, elbows out wide. And exhale, elbows together. Oh, my thighs. Inhale, open them out wide. 5, keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten your knees, parallel your feet, and bring your arms behind you this time. Interlace them again. This is a really nice thing to do first thing in the morning. And then lengthen forwards in this Prasarita Padottanasana C. Right leg forward fold with your arms interlaced. Lengthen the crown of the head down, a little bit more weight in the toes, a little bit less weight in the heels. We're not going to do a twist on this side, just find this length. Breathing in and breathing out. Release your hands underneath your face, inhale, halfway lift. And breathe out, hands on the hips. Hug the low belly in and come all the way up to standing. Lovely, and then turn those right toes to face the front of the, left toes, to face the front of the mat. I think it's left toes, isn't it? I'm facing a different way this time. Sit down into warrior 2, arms nice and long. So find that strong warrior 2. We're here for a few breaths. Just really getting yourself present. Noticing where your mind is going when you're still. Can you just be here? Using this ritual of your yoga practice just to set that clear intention for your day ahead. Lovely. Straighten the front knee. And then coming into Utthita Trikonasana, maybe move the back foot in a little bit. Come into triangle pose your way. I know you'll practice, all of you, and I can see you're doing amazing. So you don't need too many alignment guidance. I think you're doing pretty well. Reach that top arm up, bottom arm down. 2 lines of energy. Good. Think about lengthening both sides of the waist rather than struggling to reach the floor. Lovely. Come back up to center. And then bend that front knee, finding Parsvakonasana, side angle. Whatever variation you did on the other side, you're going to do just the same here. So if you took a half bind or a full bind, you do the same on this side. Even if it is a little bit more tricky, just give it a try. See how it is. Noticing, seeing what your breath is doing. Maybe if you're struggling in a different pose or a different side, can you bring your mind back to your breath? Good. If you have the bind, release it and just bring both hands down to face the front of the mat. Good, and then plant hands, step back, down dog or vinyasa, your choice. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. How are we doing? Lovely. You're looking pretty strong. Good job. From downward facing dog, you're still on the same side. So right leg rises. Step that right foot between your hands, coming up into that high crescent lunge, reaching the arms up. Lovely. Lengthen through the tailbone, and then hold on to the hip crease on that right side with your right hand. Keep working that backwards in space as you bring the left elbow towards the outside of that right knee. Good. Palms come together. Keep working that right outer hip back, left outer hip forwards. Pressing the palms together. Really being energetic through the back leg. Getting that lift through the torso and that twist. Maybe looking up, challenging your balance. Notice where your mind goes if things are a little bit tricky. Good job. And then releasing the twist, bringing both hands towards the floor or blocks. And then step the back foot in, third of the way. Straightening through the front knee, bringing that right outer hip back again, left outer hip forwards into pyramid. Lengthen here, and fold as you breathe out. Good, one more breath, breathing in. And breathing out. Good, start to lean forwards, bringing your hands just in front of that foot, coming into standing splits or taking those hops if that's your option now. If you want to take the hops, don't forget you're coming into lifting that right heel up, bending that right knee, not even thinking about handstand, you're just thinking about getting a bit of space between the earth and that foot that's jumping off. Hugging both thighs towards each other, just taking a few little hops. Only if you want, just get the heart rate up a bit. Remember, everything is just a choice. When you're ready, going back, stepping back into your vinyasa, or skipping it, meeting me in downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out, that's all we're doing, breathing and moving. Lovely. Oh, from down dog, look forwards, and journey to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway, and fold as you breathe out. Round through the feet, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. And hands to your heart. Good, one more time each side. Ready? Inhale, reach the arms up. No holding this time. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift, deliberate mistake. And exhale, fold. This is a half sun salutation. Ground through the feet, reach the arms all the way up. Did you notice that deliberate mistake? Hands to the heart. Ground through the right foot, lift that left knee up. Good, hands can come onto the hips. Exhale, transition to your warrior three. Breathe in, reach the arms behind you, interlace them if you can. Well, it's hard for me to look at you while I'm doing this. Inhale. And exhale, bend that right knee. Step the left foot back, find yourself in a strong leaning lunge, opening through the collarbones. Breathe in and breathe out. Reach the hands down towards that front foot. Walk them inside the right foot, come all the way into that horse stance or goddess stance with the hands on the inside of the thighs. Inhale here. Exhale, right shoulder comes forwards. Inhale to center. Exhale, left shoulder. One more time each way. Inhale up and exhale down. Breathing and moving, inhaling and exhale. Come back to center. Lift up, reach the arms out all the way to cactus. We're not going to do cat and cows this time. We're just going to open the elbows out really nice and wide for 5, 4. Sit down 1 more centimeter, everybody. 3, 2, and another centimeter. 1. Straighten the knees. What are you saying to me, Ali? Bring your hands on your hips. Bring your toes parallel to each other. Roll the shoulder heads back and down. Come into that wide leg forward fold. Hinging from the hips, leading with the chin. Nice lengthening in the back of the hamstrings. Relax your hands towards the floor, let your neck roll on. Taking that twist again, so walking the hands to the back foot, holding onto the left foot with the right hand or the left calf, left arm reaches up. As you exhale, bring the hands through center and walk towards the front foot. Change sides, just a brief twist, holding onto the right ankle or calf with the left hand, right arm up. And then come back to center. Take a breath in, look up halfway, hug the belly in, hands on hips all the way up. Good job. And then turn the right toes to face the front of the mat, warrior two. Breathe in a strong warrior two. Come to your strongest, deepest warrior two, the most focus. And then inhale, straighten the front knee, heel toe that back foot in a little bit. Find triangle pose. As you exhale and exhale, find length. Reaching the left arm up, right arm down. Really grow broad in the front of the body as you find that spaciousness. Good job. And then from here, you're going to bend that front knee and come straight into your side angle. So just pausing for a full breath in and out. If you want to take the bind, go ahead. Inhale and exhale. If you've got the bind, gently release it. We're not staying too long. Pivot on the back foot, both hands down. Three-leg down dog. Oh, I forgot to do this on the other side, didn't I? Three-leg chaturanga. And go through that vinyasa. Obviously, everything's an option. You can always do it with all your legs on the ground. Find that downward facing dog. Good, right leg rise, left leg rises. Step that left foot through, come into that high lunge. Reach the arms up here. Let's come straight away into that twist. This time both hands come down, palms touch. Or you can bring the right hand down and left arm up if your shoulders have space. Sometimes mine don't, so one side's usually easier. Lovely. And then wherever you are, face the front. Straighten the front knee, step the back foot in a third of the way, find that pyramid and fold. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Skipping those handstand hops this time, both hands down. Step back into a down dog, go through vinyasa or skip it, your choice. Where are we? Are you all okay? You're doing well. Lovely. From downward facing dog, I think we're nearly all there. Look forwards and exhale, journey to the top of the mat. Breathe in, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Pressing through the feet, reach the arms all the way up. Look up and stretch up. And exhale, hands to your heart. One more side, well done. Hands come onto the hips, picking up that right foot. Knee is bent in the tabletop. Good. And then transition back to your warrior three. Maybe a slight bend in your left knee. Hug the inner thighs towards each other and reach the arms behind, interlacing them again, if you've got the space. Bending into that left leg, gently land the right foot down. Come into that leaning lunge, opening up the front space between the collarbones. And then breathe out, both hands down. Start to walk your hands towards the inside. Bend both knees, come up into that goddess stance. Hands on the inside of the thighs, sitting in your deepest goddess stance this time. Breathe in and breathe out, right shoulder down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hopefully this is getting a little bit easier every time. Inhale up and exhale down. One more breath in and breath out. Come back to center. Sit down into that strong horse stance. Reach your elbows up. Open them really wide so that you can't see them in your peripheral vision. Just get nice and spacious. Sit down 1 more centimeter. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands onto your hips. Straighten your knees. Parallel your feet. Reach the arms out nice and wide, and again interlace them behind you if you like. And come into Prasarita Padottanasana C. As you hinge from your hips, keep looking forwards. Really go down with purpose and intention. So everything that you need is here. You're in the moment still. Find that length, a little bit more weight in your toes, a little bit less weight in your heels, a little bit softer around your jaw. And then release your hands underneath your face. Come up to that halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, hands on your hips. Come all the way up. Turn the left toes to face the front of the mat. Bend into that left knee. Virabhadrasana 2. Your strongest variation of Warrior 2. Lovely. One breath in. Drishti down the front fingertips. And one breath out. Straightening into that front knee. Adjusting your stance to find your triangle pose if you like, shortening it, reaching forwards with your left hand, back with your right hip, left hand down, right arm up. Really finding length in both sides of the waist, finding the opposite lines of energy and connecting with that breath. Good, and from here, bending into the front knee, maybe moving the back foot back a little bit to come into your side angle. So bind or no bind, balancing both left and right. One full breath in, and one full breath out. Or just release the bind if you have it. Pivot on your back foot, plant both hands, come into that 3-leg down dog with the left leg up, optional. Exhale, come forwards to a 3-legged plank, optional. And then chaturanga, optional with 3 legs. Or 2 arms and 1 leg. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog. Good, right leg rises, breathe in, home straight now. Exhale, step that right foot forwards, coming into crescent lunge, reaching the arms all the way up. Low belly hugs in, you know where you're going. Coming into that twist, palms reach together, left elbow towards the outside of that right knee. Press down or open up if you did that on the other side. Try and find balance. Even if it feels a bit more awkward, just notice. And notice where your breath is in these twists. Good. Release and bring both hands either side of the front foot. Step the back foot in a third of the way, finding that pyramid pose. Again, hugging through the inner thighs. Right outer hip back, left outer hip forwards. Lengthen through the heart space and exhale, fold. Good, just pausing for one breath, inhaling. And exhale. Plant both hands, step back to downward facing dog. Go through a vinyasa if you like. I think some of you do, some of you don't, that's fine. We'll wait for everybody. Well done. One more breath, breathing in. And breathing out. Coming down onto your knees. And just letting your knees come apart, your toes together, just find a child's pose for a moment. See if you can just find that presence again that you began the class with. Connection to your breath, connection to your body. Remembering the intention if you set one. How do you want to feel by the end of the day? Is there anything you want to achieve? Creating this ritual. And from here, come all the way back up and just bring your knees to touch and stand on your knees. So we're just going to take this one back bend this morning because we're running out of time. I don't want to take your whole day up. We're going to take a camel pose. So bring the hands to your sacrum, protect your lumbar spine, make sure your knees and your hips are in one line. Feet can be tucked or untucked, so I'm going to untuck mine today. Roll the shoulder heads back, squeeze the elbows towards each other. Really get that lift through the sternum. And then make sure that you're lengthening through the sacrum so that you're not dumping the back bend into that low back. Take a breath in. And then start to lift up with the sternum towards the ceiling. Try and keep your knees hip width apart. Gaze can go along the ceiling if you like, or you can keep the chin in neutral. Your hands can stay at the sacrum, or you can reach them back to your heels one at a time. As long as you keep the hips and the knees in one line. Keep that spine safe. Keep the lift through the sternum. So every breath in, lift that sternum up higher, open through the heart space. As though you're breathing directly in and out of that heart. 2 more breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. When you come out of it, make sure you protect your lumbar spine by bringing your hands there to your sacrum. Engage your core. Come all the way up. Relax the toes and sit back onto your heels. Just pause and notice your heart's beating. Your breath is moving. And see if you can steady that breath. And from here, just lower yourself onto one side, feet come in front. Alright, we're just going to do a seated forward fold, Janu Sirsasana. So bring your right sole of your foot to your left inner thigh. Good. Only go gently with this because we've just done quite a nice deep back bend. So go easy. Reach the arms up. And then as you exhale, hinge from the hips again. Keep looking towards your toes, leading with your chin. And see if you can just find a little bit of ease in the back of that hamstring. Coming into a forward fold, easing into it bit by bit. Not forcing it too much. Straight after that back bend, just going nice and gently, seeing when your body is ready to open up. Just take 2 more breaths here. Next breath in. Start to walk your hands back, coming all the way upright. Good, and we're just going to simply switch sides. So straighten that right knee, bring the left sole of your foot to the inner right thigh. Maybe squaring off your hips a bit if they need it, reaching the arms up. And then again, coming down with a nice straight spine if you can, leading with the chin, hinging from the hips. Using a strap if that's something that helps you to keep your shoulders moving back. Wherever you are, seeing if you can keep that integrity in your spine, shoulder blades working backwards. Relaxing any areas that are clenching, like your jaw. See if your breath can be smooth and steady. Lovely. 1 more breath here, breathing in and breathing out. Next breath in, walk your hands back slowly. Straightening both legs. Just taking a nice seated twist. So bend that right knee and put the right sole of the foot outside the left knee. You can either keep the left leg straight or you can bend that underneath as well, taking half Lord of the Fishes. And then if you want to, you're going to wrap the left elbow around the front of the right knee, interlace the hands and grow tall. If you prefer, you can have that elbow on the outside of the knee. It's your choice for this seated twist. Take a breath in to find length, and take a breath out to twist. Try and get as much as you're twisting your right shoulder backwards, your left shoulder is going backwards as well. So you're getting this nice sense of broadness. And then come back to center. Lean back on your hands and just switch your legs over, like Kenny Everett. And then bring your right elbow around that left knee, interlace the hands. Or else that right elbow might be up against the outside of that thigh. Grow tall as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, try and find that breath between the back shoulder and the front shoulder. Try and find that twist from the thoracic spine, softening the belly. Lovely. Next breath in, come back to the center, undo your legs, plant your feet, and lie yourself back. Just hugging your knees in, that final Apanasana. If you want to take a happy baby, you're more than welcome. Just giving yourself a few moments in Shavasana before your day begins, so that you can complete this ritual. I'm sorry I've gone a little bit over time, but I really encourage you, if you can, to take that Shavasana, even if it's just 60 seconds of stillness. So when you're ready, just bring your legs out and arms by the side. Let your palms face up so you're receptive to what is. Let your breath be normal. No controlling it now, no ujjayi. And the whole of your front body sink down and be held into your back body. The whole of your back body sink down and be held by Mother Earth. Once you've taken the time, as much time as you like, I'm not going to guide you out. I want you to move through, move not off your day, and move through your day with the mantra in your mind. This is what's happening now. Come back to this again and again. Every time you find your mind pulling away from the present moment, just come back to this. It's only in this moment, now, that we know we have any power.